Dedicated to all the fallen friends, falling along the way, especially dedicated to Top. Miss it. When will I see your face? When will I see you smiling back at me? If I could hear your voice and hear you say those things you used to say to me. You will never be forgotten, you will never fade away. In our hearts is where you'll always be. Can't believe that this has happened, seems like only yesterday. When we were hanging out, you and me. When will we meet again? All of our fallen friends. When will we have a time to share? With us you'll always be. All is your legacy, just to show you how much we care. When will we meet again? All of our fallen friends. We know you know we miss you here. With us you'll always be. All is your legacy. Watch over me until I'm there. All those fallen friends going out. I guess it was your time to go. I guess you heard your call. Everything will be fine as we watch your seeds go. They won't hurt at all. Sitting here just reminiscing on the times we used to share. Now it's only just a memory. Words could never say how much we're missing you, but I'm aware you're in heaven looking down on me. When will we meet again? All of our fallen friends. When will we have a time to share? With us you'll always be. All is your legacy, just to show you how much we care. When will we meet again? All of our fallen friends. We know you know we miss you here. With us you'll always be. All is your legacy, just to show you how much we care.
Yeah, man, manners and respect to each and everybody who are tuning in. Yeah, man, this is the Topics Live and Lively. And when we talk about the topics, we talk about what's going on in our federation, our country, our nation. Yeah, and I just want to say bless up to my brother from another mother, the one called Alan Powell, and big up Master Control. And thanks to Real Entertainment Network for having us here. And while we are here, we're going to talk while the feeling is in the air. And we're going to talk about what happened last night, what transpired last night. I don't know if Alan was aware what happened last night, but I feel like a bit of history was made last night. What are your thoughts on it, Alan? Just say what you got to say, And whatever we're talking about the tune for tune between Itebulus and Easy Wanna.
Well, actually, I was working and I just putting in a lot of hours. So go ahead, describe it for me. Tell me what occurred.
Man, I watching a lot. I was watching based on the commentary, and I mean the commentary had all kind of thing to say, right? But I tell myself like, hey, the the performance of both artists, gonna put the commentary to shut the fuck up. You check it out, and it surely did. It surely did. Because the commentary had all kind of predicaments, and the predicaments didn't work out in their favor, which is I'm surely proud of that because guess what? When somebody perform it, it's very unpredictable, very very much so. And like last night was like, oh my gosh, like like he had a particular song Iteblus was singing, and like it take me down memory lane when I was actually behind the band Juvie Manning. I could remember the exact sneakers. That the first time I bought sneakers from somebody and all. I tell yeah, me bought sneakers from a girl because she had big foot and me bought a pair of shoes with Juvie Manning, right? And she even passed and said, "Don't dirty them." Just because me want to look good. She tell me, "Don't dirty them." Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So like, and easy come behind, and like, wow, like back then I was an Ultrasonic fan, and being an Ultrasonic fan, you know what I mean, was a great time for me. And after that, after Ultrasonic has, you know what I mean, as the band stopped playing out and doing whatever, as the band, whatever happened to the band, unfortunately at that time, I just walk out. I just love all music, which I love all music back then, but I was a diehard Ultrasonic fan, eh? But easy bring some food to the table, like, and it just make me start to eat. Like, if I used to hate Easy, if I used to hate Odyssey back then, you understand me? Like, yo, I got no choice but to love Odyssey now. Because like you seeing two performers on the same stage, you know what I mean? And you gotta give a lot of kudos to Master Blue also. Like Master Blue was like me juggling music and like he just beat after beat because the both BPMs were matching and all that type of stuff, man. Like, whoa, you know. I had the chills, you know. Like I was all worked up last night. Worked up. Yeah, man. Some touching songs take you down memory lane. Like there's so much to be talked about, you know what I mean? It might take up the whole show, man.
So so
But
so
as
so
I tell you,
so, so, so what was the format? How this thing went?
um the format is like how they don't have verses, you know? It's like
Hmm.
bringing back some artists who have a catalog of music, and back then during those times, you know what I mean, you used to have a rivalry between
Yeah. So
both artists.
so it's easy play one and then Tebelus play one. Them kind of ways there.
Ye- yeah, but it just that there was no sleeping in between. So like, when you watch the actual verses, somebody would sing a song and after they would cool off and whatever. It's like
Hmm.
the rhythm right there wait upon you. Like as easy finish and say, tell us don't right, that's so pick up that.
Hmm. And how long
So
this
it
was
was
taking
never
place
dull
for? And how
for
long it
like two
last for?
hours, brother.
What? Stop up. For free?
I I had recall only one time they had stopped when they change over and they say round two. I mean like what? That was round one? I couldn't believe it. I wish I could have get a little highlight of it right now, you know what I mean? Let people see what's up, you know what I mean? At least a little 2-3 minutes of it, you know what I mean? I ain't know
Hmm.
if Master Control could get a whole of that right now, But hey man, like I enjoy every bit of it. I think people were misguided with the concept, but guess what? People who were misguided with the concept of the tune for tune, you know what I mean? They didn't follow up with the tune for tune. So some people, you're gonna hear people saying, "Oh, it should have been this way and that way." No, it was perfect last night. If the only reason why you think it wasn't perfect because you wasn't following up and listening. Yeah, so I have to say that to some of the people who had the different opinions or whatever, because your opinion only based on what you see at that night. But if you had seen the interview before, you understand me, you would have shut the fuck up.
Okay. I feel
Yeah,
you.
man.
It sound like I miss out. It sound like I need to go back and watch this thing. 2 hours, you
Listen,
say?
listen, listen. It's on YouTube also. Real Talk did the commentary. You know, kudos to Iron Reese. Yeah, man. But apart
So,
from that, man, let me just
so,
jump
so
out of that and jump into this, man. You know what I
wait there.
mean?
Hold on. Hold on.
How
Hold
is the
on.
weather?
Who determined the
Mm-hmm.
winner? Who determined the winner? Was there a winner
Um, is
ultimately?
no, no. There's no winner ultimately. It's just a tune for tune. Each
Okay.
artist sing the catalog. You know what I mean? And just sing out. It's you. is you as the spectator, you know what I mean, just listening for your favorite song. You know what I mean? Because guess what? You as the spectator also, you know what I mean, you're gonna hear your favorite song and say, oh, so like you like one style. But easy win the one day. Because well, you like one style, me like searching. So me go say Tablos win the one day. So everybody get to hear one of the favorites at least.
Okay. Well, this is why I would say everything's so
Mm-hmm.
wonderful. Everything's so wonderful. We need to start. Okay, me as a man, me don't watch UFC. Every Saturday I watch
Yes.
fighting. I got to see somebody kick somebody in them face. Now in the UFC, you could lose, You could lose pile of
Mm-hmm.
fight and still come the champion, What me does see in like Nevis, which does tend to hold on competition, is like and in different fields, people ain't want to go against somebody because they know one Abi got to lose somebody reputation going down. Abi need to kind of make it normal for yeah somebody gonna win, but in order for you to get this good win, but you had to have a good opponent, and we need to kind of bring in these things because the way how you're describing this for me, to me, if we could have kind of normalize these things, as me say, and it's like because say you do this thing and Tebelus win this week, then true if this thing normal, by easy might win next month, and then the next time because
Mm-hmm.
as you say, last night was perfect for last night. You might be in December and them man got it, and you're in a different state of mind and different artists hold you. So me just say overall, like Nevis need to get to a place where like competition is a normal thing. Because anytime me find we got competition, bye, you just see people come through and be like, but okay, also it's good to bring in this thing of like backing. That's all I wanted to add.
For, I totally I agree with you. I agree with you. But what happened, right? You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of the St. Kitts Davis artists, them especially like going for a competition and so, I believe they're not mature enough to handle a loss.
And watch out, as me say, me not even want like limited to just artists. Me talk about athletes. Me talk about any kind of field. If you're in your field,
Yeah,
don't be afraid to compete. You check. Don't be afraid to test yourself and go out there. And if you lose, you
and
lose.
that's
Because really and
but
truly,
that's
at
the
the end of the day,
problem with the
nobody gonna remember that.
but that's
Go
the
ahead.
problem with the that too because like for instance, back in the days, you know what I mean, in the early 2000s, in the late 90s, you used to got a lot of road racing and all and stuff there. You go across a long point and do your illegal racing and all and stuff there. Now you got a drag strip, you know what I mean? A lot of these soccer cars were running fast on the road and looking road race and all and stuff like don't want to go on the drag strip because what? One, they don't want to spend the money. Two, they can't take a loss.
That what me I say. We
Because what?
need to we
Because
need
what?
to compete.
All the things, all the things he can't go on with on the road, you understand me? He can't deliver when he got on the track. Like, yo, we gotta get immune to this thing. You know what people, if you look, how you think people keep on competing? They start from the bottom and come right up. I was athletic, you know what I mean? I used to run. He had time. I took my losses them after I overcome my losses them and get my win until your brother cheat me off one time. Well, the your brother, I can't even blame them for cheat them. Wait.
I feel you. I feel you.
Yeah, it was a rough year. It was a rough year, but like I overcome that because look, I am still here. You know what I mean? I went in for a lot of DJ competition and all that stuff there. I took losses already. You know what I mean? But I overcome that and I won and I lost already. You know what I mean? But look, I am still here, ready to compete again still.
That's what me I say, and I feel like we just need to get the attitude there. Don't even worry about the losing. You check, worry about the
Mm-hmm.
experience because really and truly, a lot of times you could take a lot from the lose. You could realize a lot of mistakes if you're gonna be. thoughtful, you could realize how your preparation was lacking. But if we not compete and we just feel like, bah, yeah, me good and this and that, we not test ourselves. And yeah, as I tell you, I just been want adding in that little piece there. I like competition
Yeah, of
and
course.
entertainment.
Of course.
So when you say I want to jump in,
Of
you know,
course. And to and I want jump on the hospital. You know, like like in terms of the works of the construction and all those type of stuff, you know what I mean? It's been years, like it's been bothering me for quite some time, you know. And it was like who to ask the question because like you ask the politician them a question, you know what I mean? They're gonna give you some sort of bullshit. So quicker you just better you just listen to the word on the street. Like wow, nothing happening.
well, the
Yeah, man.
bus, the bus, oh yeah, oh, yeah, satellite man say good night. And wait there, just before I go into the hospital, I don't get some word
Mm-hmm.
from the last show, and I was told that we are not acknowledging the comments enough. You understand? And I want everybody who does tune in to understand that there was no disrespect intended, and you are appreciated for listening in. And I would also like to give you all a little challenge, because this thing in the topics, and as I tell you, are your editors. So throughout the course of the show, if y'all have something that y'all want us to talk about, bring up a topic. And at the end of the show, we're gonna see how we could best address it. You understand? Um, with regards to the hospital, Jason,
Mm-hmm.
all I'm saying is that I'm hearing different stories. I mean, I see said different stories from people. I'm saying I'm listening to the premier. He ain't gonna say, well, me I listen to all kind of fucking people. No, I listening to what the premier said. The premier said initially they had done it and they need to bring in consultants to make sure that the layout is all right. When I hear the last press conference, I heard something different as to what was taking place, but there's usual assurances, and I was told, and he said they are on the island and they are undertaking the work and whatever story with regards to the building. But me not really know,
Man,
like, go ahead.
by the time the building they finish, right, it's gonna be a monument for history because that them blocks and concrete gonna cure. Yeah, some of the building gonna be more solid than the Bath Hotel.
The thing of it is, I made a pass there every day, and I just see people there, but me just not know what going on.
Hmm.
You check it out, me not know what going on, and it's just, I mean, okay. My thing about what's going on in the country is this: when you watch the government, right, you ain't planned for COVID-19, but that's just like how in the past the government didn't plan for 9/11. Things happen.
True.
Now, when
Yeah.
these things happen now, and this is why people have to listen to the budget address and this type of thing and pay attention to what they're saying. You got to know, readjust how you're going to allocate your funds in order to get things done. So, you can work out well by election coming, and we just normally do some road and decide by we're gonna continue with the road and be acquiring thing for road. Maybe in the allocation of your resources, you take some of the things them where you've been able to deal with for road and you tell them, well, the road done been by the 50 years. Let me by the 51 and let me finish the hospital. The same thing with me road out there. He battle 50 years, he gonna be battle 51. And me
But
now make the noise but the hospital
but
for them.
tell me, but but tell me something now, right? I hear working out of maths, right? Who is over the who is over the Mad Preparatory School right now, presently?
Well, they in a private school, me ain't sure. They got board of directors and all kind of thing as far as I know where.
Okay,
So I don't
okay, okay.
so I
Understandable.
don't know. I
Because
don't know how.
I trying to work out the maths um trying to work out the maths comparing and just watching, like, remember the sidewalk and the next side don't do opposite this.
Uh, um the sidewalk he half with them. They got a little piece more as far as me concerned.
Hmm.
It might be like that the sidewalk don't do, but the drain not do, or something or the other, but in all the way finish. But them are more the cones them though.
Um
So you can park up there at the least. Yeah, the cones have been moved.
um I guess satellite man saying it will finish in time for 2027 election. I guess that's for the hospital.
Yeah,
Chef say election without road. Ha.
and you see, like, okay, if you're gonna criticize, as me I tell you, you can't just criticize
Mm-hmm.
blind. You can't just say, what make I
True.
do a pile of road? You have to look at how the resources are being used and say, well, I got money to do things. Okay, let me give you another example.
Uh-huh.
Maybe you know do science. Maybe you know need But by the way, I nearly get in an accident the other day. Um w- w- the village opposite the Stony Grove. You know which part of Stony Grove saying there?
Yes.
You know
Yeah.
which part of Stony Grove saying there by education, yeah?
Yeah.
That's Stony Grove?
Yeah.
That's Stony Grove?
He
Big
got
man
Stony
no.
Grove. After that is Marian Heights.
Big man the mall no be near Marion Heights. That wasn't the name of the mall originally.
Yeah.
I nearly get in an accident. Me say, what's Tony go over do all the way up here, boy? This is supposed to be back down the road. You check it out. But
Mm-mm. All has all Hasford's is Stony Grove.
half for that, all that was Tony go. Bye. But, well, I must thank the Premier for educating me on the geography of Nevis. But still, I'm looking at like things like the signs. Like, I'm just saying, you look at where the resources are going, and you look pan one not finish, and you got to watch it, and you got to say, well, okay, we got some sign, we got some road. We would have prefer to go hospital. Ah, we feel satisfied road because as me I say, the money gonna spend, but you got to look at how is the money being spent. Are the resources being used to the best that you could use them?
Um,
It's just my
um,
perspective.
I understand what you're saying, and it made me
Mm-hmm.
think way back to when you were on a show sometime last year with the premiere, and you asked, you know what I mean, like, what people, you don't you think Singles Navy should go like a voter base, and so, like, I vote for road, I vote for hospital and all that kind of stuff there. And I watched it, you know what I mean? I'm like, wow, you know. And he said, I feel like you open up your eyes for that because I don't think a lot of people would ask that question, you know. And if people were to do that, you know what I mean, I feel like they would be more in a jam than how they are now. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah.
So that would never come. That would never be brought up. You know what I mean? It would be a man like you to bring up that there to him. You know what I mean? Otherwise, than that, nobody gonna bring it up that day. People would just vote based on the politician.
Oh, well, we gonna see. We gonna see. We shall see. Elections soon come.
I see
But
the new party, the new party has a new political candidate. You know what I mean? If that is the way how they launch, you know what I mean? Well, so be it. They launch on Van Radio. I think her name is Patricia Jeffers. I don't know if
um,
you had heard about it.
the new party is the party for Mr. Keynes.
Yes.
Patricia Jeffers. I'm gonna have to look up
Yeah.
this lady. She's on Facebook or anything. She's anywhere where
I
I could
think
see her
so.
face.
She's if she's Speedy's mom.
Okay, I think I know her. Patricia
Hold on
Jeffers.
there. Let me read the comment here. I completely agree with you, Alan. You would think a hospital is more important, but I guess the road is the specialty. Easy John out by election day. Yeah, man. That's how things goes, and I mean, like, um, everything's right
And
now is just picture taking.
so Jason, she would be running in St. James's.
Yes. Yep.
So and you're saying that this interview is on um
Van Radio, I
Van
think
Radio.
that was last week.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna try to find out what this lady
You
is
know,
saying.
the thing and talking about that, and next thing too. Some people like to talk about oh, Navy so small, who got a next party and this and that too small. So when we gonna think big? When we gonna think big when everything too small? You know what I mean? Because we are like the system don't got you in a box already. Yeah, that's what I mean. And you complain. And when you look, you still want to rely upon the system. It's like having a protest and after you have to go to the system to for let them give you a permit to protest. That ain't a protest. You're
I
having a
feel like
walkathon.
I feel like Navy is too small on next party if it's the same kind of party as what be done there. But you genuinely come, if you genuinely come and watch out, if you come and even identify what you're dealing with, just that, you're different from them party, yeah, just by doing that.
Of course.
So as I'm saying, if you come in and you got a different energy than what is here, because what is here is conservative, let's keep it the same how it always is. If you really come and you have an agenda, uh, it is possible. But if you come in
Hey,
and
but
you're
the thing
trying to
about
be more
the,
conservative, go ahead.
but me realize how I realize how the 2021 politicians them are more because I can't talk about the 2020 politicians now. We're talking about the politicians them of 2021. They go up on Facebook, talk about God a man in time. You understand me? Well look, they gone maybe somewhere who do whatever bad they gonna do. Well look, tomorrow morning again, hallelujah again in your house. You understand me? Well look, some sort of motivational speech and all kind of thing. You check it out? Yeah, yeah. Nothing wrong with why I do it, but it's how I do it.
and
Cause
and
Nevis time in campaign mode, so I got a lot to keep up with. I know I don't be a sweat by your ankle some the time.
and that's why me I say you need to got less of the speeches and the wonderful words and more action. And I would like to somehow have more action
Hmm.
that is not filmed. I know somehow that it is strange and none of these politicians would like to do this thing. But I believe that it is possible, Jason, that you could do something good. No gonna camera and people out there and they're talking about the good thing what you're doing, it not necessarily got to be always these picture perfect things, but I feel like real action in the community needs to be going on, especially where persons are trying to capture the imagination of particular communities. You going in the
Watch out,
community and you just want to talk.
watch out, watch out. All in the Nevis, missing people take picture, pick up garbage, you know.
But it's a consistent thing. And
All in
you
Nevis,
see,
missing people take picture, pick up garbage, you know. If you wanna keep, if you wanna volunteer and clean your island, you understand me? Without any hesitation. Do it from your heart, not do it because you are looking some sort of recognition. Somebody is gonna see you eventually. You know what I mean? Somebody gonna say me fuck look there. Boy, I don't know there pick up garbage, you know. Just do what you gotta do. You gonna get your recognition by that.
listen, I kind of feel like it better if you do it like us and let them kind of record you and put it up. Watch out. He actually don't here pick up garbage. But ain't like you hide or nothing. You just do what you got to do. You come out today,
If you
you're going
want
to
to,
pick up
if you
some
want to do
garbage.
ground, if you want to do a groundbreaking ceremony and you take the first dig with the shovel, that different. You understand me? We would understand that because it's a groundbreaking ceremony. You understand me? Garbage need pick it up all the time.
And
The place want
but
cleaning all the time.
due to the fact that like me there in a in a tongue all the time.
Mm-hmm.
When we talk about this thing, you ain't seeing the people and them who really just keep tongue clean, getting them kind of recognition there. You ain't seeing these man who
Thank you.
cleaning the
It's
garbage
them.
every
It's
single day.
them deserve the recognition.
Big man, when you talk about like I don't drive to town some morning me I tell you about him, and I drive to after two and I say, boy, in your sting, pass back through after seven. I want to know, boy, what going on? Barrel and them man don't start out in there. All your clock.
Yo, you know what does amaze me? These guys, right? You guys say kudos to these guys. Raul and the whole of them, Wolf, everybody. Um, these guys, right? Like for instance, so like culture armor last lap done, maybe 1 o'clock, 2:30, right? You see them and starting from maybe Lost Street,
I'm telling you.
starting from Lost Street, coming right up, right? And like, hey, because here, them man don't clean Juve after Juve man, innit?
Mm.
Them man let that roll over. Them man don't let that roll over. Them man don't clean from Lost Street, come right by the park, by the entrance of the park. Whoever them man don't touch up by the park, somebody is responsible for that end. Cultural committee or whoever. Them man responsible for the tongue, them man keep it clean, them man keep the tongue clean. So tomorrow man you drive your tongue, you know what I mean? You know you're gonna say, wow, what a wonderful day. Look like nothing happened. But all the garbage up a cultural village for sure. So somebody is responsible for that. I know about that for a fact. So like kudos to this man. And this man ain't got no phone. I could tell you that these man no need no phone. These man no they got a job to do and know what time to do it.
But they're doing it all the time. You check it out. I feel like, as you say, without looking for no praise, just deal with the man them according to the works what they put in. Cause really and truly, don't give
Yeah,
them
they
no
better,
award. Don't give them no award neither. If I want to show them appreciation, give them some extra money. Give them little extra money.
exactly.
They don't need no award neither. You check it out.
But but
Mm.
you know what irks me a bit? Um um over at the sister island of St. Kitts, I see some PL people were giving away maybe a little bag of food or whatever it is. You know what I mean? And they have a specific picture where this man in an old house. You know what I mean? All right, now, cool. The man in the old house. food the man they really want, judging by how the house look.
Need a host.
Because you meet the man there, you me not for sure the man they not hungry, but definitely you could see you want a house.
The photo apps and them need to
Mm-hmm.
stop. Listen, because as me I say, me not say things can't get out there, but I would like if it's more organic. Let somebody come up to you and say, "Well, I wanna take a picture with you," and I gonna put out the picture. You know what I mean? Rather than these manicured things that we are seeing. God, listen, there's a lot of Hollywood things going on. Eh? Pause, pause, pause. Hold
Yeah.
on. Cheese and all these kind of things.
Like yeah, man, you know what I mean? Everything's so dilute now, you know, like we get accustomed to that now. You check it out. Just take a picture of you and lay down in some bush then. We prefer that. But at least you lay down in some bush. In a scan the bush. You know what I mean? But whatever you do, you know what I mean? Like it's all fake now. Like we go see right through that.
Um, what else you want to talk about? I got next thing I want to touch on.
Well, all to you, you know.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay. So I want to talk about the the the, the premier and his responsibilities. Cause I can sound about the premier. You know? You understand? The premier is my leader. So I can son about my leader. My leader need to be alright. No, no. Here's the thing, Jason. Um, last month, no, it would have been September. He couldn't do the press conference because he said independence and traveling and all kind of thing. So I think he had to do one like early in October and another one late in October. I think. No, I had asked him a question last year concerning like term limits, and
Yes.
he would have said he didn't really think that's a good idea because we basically we ain't gonna get enough leadership. We ain't gonna be cranking with enough politicians. Now, what I'm observing, like with older people, the older generation, and I'm disappointed in the premier, in that party. Me only ever tell the premier
Mm-hmm.
one thing in life. One single thing me ever tell the premier. I say, you walk and getting out Vance. I gonna walk and getting out Paris. Because I watch the man and I say, this is a young man. Even if we ain't teammates, he's supposed to be able to take this thing in the direction where this thing needs to be heading. No, you hear some of the rhetoric and you hear how he is trying to be progressive in certain steps. But what I would like is the press conference skip and me no know if people know, but when the premier gone out of the country, somebody take up the mantle, So Zoo could be like basically the acting premier.
Yes.
How come he can't come and do the press conference? And essentially be kind of like grooming, you know what I'm saying? And be forward facing. And also not only that, he got information about agriculture and other departments. Maybe we could hear some stuff about those in addition to what the premier does talk about. Me just say in general, the guy has two responsibilities publicly as well as private responsibilities. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think that this should be the premier press conference. This should be kind of like a public press conference because it shouldn't even just be here alone. Why is one more piece the government got and it's the premier? You understand? He go away, we can't have a press conference. We can't do this, we can't do that. Rather than let we got some continuity, let we got somebody come up there and represent the thing. Unless it's only one man got more speech out there. If you see what I'm saying. I just feel like
Mm-hmm.
he's doing too much. How was someone? I be in too much? I too critical?
No, you're very passionate and you inquisitive about your information. So you want to receive you look forward you look forward you look forward hold on, nail on the head. Casey Kingston nail on the head. You look forward for information every month, you know what I mean? And because he's not at your disposal, you expect a substitute, which is the acting premier. You know what I mean? But I guess nobody could deliver like him because I guess he know the shot and delivery because he know certain questions what will be asked during that press conference. He could take them on, but maybe the rest politician them can't take them on. So that shows, you know what I mean? That shows that your other colleagues are impotent.
And you see, and this is what make us say, it feed into like what he basically said. If we are not gonna put people in a position to be under the bright light, so to speak, and to talk up for themselves, how are we gonna be generating the future leaders? You check it out. So that's why I'm saying
Mhm.
I don't see that this thing need to be isolated and be a premier's press conference. This need to be more like a public press conference. And in times when the premier is not there, the premier is supposed to have full confidence that the deputy gonna step in and be able to address the nation. Suppose he get caught
So
out
he
there
like
because of something.
so so you know what me feel like happen? Yeah, that's me just so they could talk about Douglas around the country from a BlackBerry phone. Yeah, that's me the country getting run by an iPhone 13 or 12. So so shopkeeper in the shop, but the owner not trust the shopkeeper. So shop closed until me come back.
I, I just it's just something what cross my mind because as me said too, like when you look at the guy right now, the guy is tired. I hear somebody ask the man if he tired, and I'm like, that's a stupid question. Yeah, see this man? Come on. Listen, I feel better now.
Um
So I
yeah,
go ahead.
let me go back in the comments. Bian Hanley said, "Great point. I did ask the premier why his minister don't come and answer questions months ago. He said it's called Premier's Conference."
And let me tell you, these are things that I see, and these are things that concern me. When power is consolidated into one direction, I have to watch that then be skeptical at the very least. I one good
But
thing, one good
mhm,
thing what I could say I see from Janice so far. JD Ota Dushi show with the guy who's gonna lose in Gingerland. You could at least see they could express themselves. I don't hear unless it's a press conference to say something good. Yeah, from the CCM minister. He got to be parliament. But why
but the
why
thing
know
about
what
it,
going on in agriculture?
but the thing about it is, right, like for the longest while we be wondering all this thing, right? Like how much people you believe were wondering and still afraid to ask, like how come we not hear nothing from Eric and these things here? You only gonna see them at maybe some sort of presentation and that's it. So the only for presentation, so the all three is for presentations. You know what I
Well,
mean? After just one person take the questions and answer. You know what I mean?
but me no know.
That's the spokesperson.
we're gonna see how it plays out, but I don't see it. Because listen, right, you got to watch them man too, and kind of wonder, like, me don't know, maybe them feel like, well, this is as good as you gonna get. I don't need to have these experiences or nothing. Because if you is a man like if you is a man like Zoo and you're here in the premiere say and he done say so. He say, maybe next election he that gonna run. Maybe he gonna be done with this thing. So how come you wouldn't be kind of agitating to be like, well, then give me some more leadership responsibilities. Let me make
Of
sure that
course,
they're ready to step up when this thing done. And
of course,
unless everything on just all the power on just stay in St. James, and he gonna just continue to be the deputy premier.
of course. And beyond, if you're watching, right, you know what I mean? Like, yo, what happened, right? Let me tell you what'll be happening, right? You see, some of the time when you ask the questions, you know what I mean? You gotta come with a tactic called offense. Once you come with a tactic called the offense, you understand me? You're the best in the world. Tell them what you want to hear. And when you tell them what you want to hear, you understand me? You drop the counter attack king. Because you get uncomfortable. As you get uncomfortable, you as you see them start to drink water, that when you know you got them. Because sometimes, right, you don't listen, a lot of people don't laugh, right? People only don't laugh because of emotions. But when you ask certain questions, he know the facts. He know the facts, them what you don't be asking. But he know a lot of emotion don't be in the crowd. So he use that against you. You check it out, so you got tactics, brother. You check it out. After you look, you hit the ball for six and you not even realize. Just act like you catch the ball and just hide them in your pocket. Nobody got to know you catch them. Let people realize afterwards and say, boy, me and say, look here.
You
Where's the
was
no Alan?
explaining you was explaining to the boss how to ask the question.
I wasn't going deep, you know what I mean? Because he's an intelligent fella, you know what I mean? So like he got a ball game, so me just educate him a little more. You know what I mean? Because like, hey, it's support for support, you know? Because the thing about it, questions need to be answered. Questions need to be asked and answered. So if you ask a question, me not gonna probably with you asking a question. Because
Definitely.
like for me, you understand me? I don't ask people a lot of things. I don't ask people a lot of things. I go along with them until they boot up. You understand me? After you look me ball back the ball upon them. Because some of the time they say something will make you feel comfortable, right? And not even realize they give you ammunition.
No, really and truly. Okay, this is good. We reach a good part. Cause
Mm-hmm.
I wanna share something. See, I like me and
Yes.
you. We ain't journalists. We is in the fucking
Yeah.
media. So
Yeah.
we're social commenters. You know what I'm saying?
Of
We
course.
ain't adhering to strict rules. It is important in Nevis, I find, that we get a little journalism. You understand? Um, so it's good that you got these people going in there and asking real legitimate questions. I wish them man could have even do a little investigative journalism, so we could not just get right now we just ask questions and sometimes we don't ask good follow-ups later on. But because we ain't doing the investigative side, we
Mm-hmm.
ain't for example, that's how come we ain't never going on up by the hospital. We ain't necessarily got people who talking to workers, talking to the squeezing out information and then putting out a story. You understand? So that's a different part that we don't have right now. We got media. You understand? But I wish we had a couple more journalists who could really get in the certain issues and flesh them out.
But you see what happened to us, right? As black people too. You know what I mean? We're gonna talk. Well, people on the whole, let me not say black people alone. People on the whole, we don't rely upon too much of friendship because my friend is in power. I can't tell my friend when he wrong. You understand me? Everything. You know, he just keeping it real. You check it out. The same thing, vice versa. A lot of people don't watch certain things, and because he do 100 good, you understand me, and do one thing wrong, you understand me, you ain't gonna address it. But you gotta address it because wrong is wrong. Because the thing about it, if you catch me a thief, you understand me? I gonna say me a thief long time. But I'm not gonna think about the good all the time. You check it out, but just penalize me for the one time, but don't make it look like you know me as a thief all the time. If you get me a thief money, stop thief money, Jason. You will do better than that. You know what I mean? Bam bam big boom, we out of that. You check it out. Whenever a friend decide to fuck up themselves, pull them up, pull me up too. Me could take the embarrassment, you know? Sometimes I believe I either inbox them politician and borrow money and stuff and them so I don't can't say nothing. You understand me? Me gonna be the
Well,
same one gonna borrow money from the politician and tell them when they do fuck still. So what because me borrow money from them and me beg on little money. Me can't tell them me wrong because me borrow and beg money from them? No, you fucking wrong, you're wrong.
but Jason, it's easy to say sometimes, but how many times in life do you go about and you stop there and you got to swallow back your own vomit maybe maybe you decide you know what, I'm gonna do it again. It's
Hmm.
difficult.
Them
It's
hey,
difficult.
them got it to do, you know.
But sometimes I'm gonna tell you ultimately who friend will be determined in the polling station. The,
Hmm.
every election, there's all kind of people who are gonna smile with you, and then they're gonna go into the polling station, them one, and nobody gonna be in there with them, and that's when you're gonna see who is with you and who is against you. So we shall see.
Somebody could like me as a person, but ain't like me as a politician.
Um, somebody who don't like you as a politician, as a person, and like the party and vote you still.
Exactly.
That happens. You know how complicated some of the scenarios are. You got people who don't back the party, and they ain't like some of the leadership, but they back the party. Sometimes they back the candidate who is in their area, but they ain't really
Look,
with everything else.
some people loyalty based on certain priorities, eh?
There's always a priority. There is always a priority, but it's just that the different factors does vary from person to
Exactly.
person so widely that you can't really necessarily pin it down. What is vital to me
Exactly.
might not be vital to the next man. You check it out. So you got to be focusing on a lot of different things to really be in control of the situation,
Mm-hmm.
at least to even
And
have a pulse.
of course, of course. And a next thing too, I hear all this talk, like, this talk about the MSR media it is, right?
Yeah.
Like, you want to say certain things and like, by you not even know if it's true. So you could say it how, but the road saying, this is what the road saying. I could say what the road saying.
Go ahead.
Yeah, the road is saying Hold on, let me read this comment here first. The difficulty with the investigative journalism in Nevis is people don't want the names or place of work call or victimization. So when get info, I make a general say somebody told me or information came to my desk, etc. So the politician don't know where the info came from.
Yeah,
That's
but
beyond
watch here
handling.
now. All what Bian tell me is that it's a very difficult job. But it's a difficult job. And anonymity, just the same thing what he said. Just keep it anonymous. But the fact remains, you got to I talking about you got connections, you talk like listen, this is the kind of work like you talking to all of the workman them, you talking to the contractor, you talking to whoever could give you information on this story. Whether or not there is like, well, I'm willing to go on the record, or I willing to stay off the record. But in general, do you hear any kind of investigative anything into any politician? You ever hear any? Into a department? You might have done here throughout my life various times. I done here by some 2x4 went missing from up by homes in Alanya.
Hold on, land.
Various times you never hear an investigation though. You
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 hear
might hear
steel,
something, but
steel went missing and all kind of thing.
damn, I tell you all kind of different avenues, and you never hear like, well, this newspaper has sent somebody to dive into this thing, and they've been in here for 18 months
Mm-hmm.
and they're asking some questions, and this is finally our breaking report, and they put it out. But you know what, people gonna read them shit?
Of
People would
course.
actually be like, bye. I see what in the observer, but we ain't like, this is not something that is taking place. It's people going to news conferences to, okay, you ain't going to talk to no woman. You ain't going to talk to nobody, and they're going to tell you shitty things about themselves. So you're going up there, you're going to
True.
talk to these politicians. They are going to give you the answers that are going to put them in the best light. In order for us to see what really taking place with, for example, the hospital, it would need some investigative journalism. It would need
Yeah.
somebody to say, well, the, this is the reason why. This is the real reason why we ain't seen no work on this time. There is no money to do this. There is X. Whatever is the story, but right now it's just we being left to hear from the horse's mouth, and they have well, from the fisherman, and the fisherman, nah, I say fish stink. He might tell you by things been kind of slow this week, but he ain't gonna tell you by nothing. He got poison. He not gonna tell you your salt.
True. And back to what I was saying about the MSR media, right? I get some information saying that they were to purchase some land. As a matter of fact, I think was 12, at least 12 acres of land. And they said the government pussyfooting around, and what happened? A minister from the federal government from Sink came over from Sink one weekend and maybe set up a meeting to meet up with the prime minister, and the prime minister give them an offer that they can't refuse. So I guess rather than buying the land in Nevis, they get offered some the land in St. Kitts.
Okay, okay. So this is my thing now. If
Mm-hmm.
that is the scenario, that's a good deal for us. It's better if we don't sell them the land. No, if they been want to say that they want to lease some land, they gotta lease it for 99 years and all. But
But what I'm
don't
saying
fucking
is,
sell them. Go ahead.
what I'm saying is, you know. Like I was saying the same thing too in terms of leasing the land, you know. But what I'm saying, you know, like a lady came a couple of years ago and bought how much acres of land?
She didn't buy it from the government. That was me second point.
That's what?
And boss it, she didn't buy it from the government.
Yeah, I know. Me just asked
That
how much acres of land she had bought.
me not certain. But as me remember, hear what you say you hear from the road. You say the government
Mm-hmm.
is
Yeah,
pussyfooting
yeah, yeah.
alone. So first of all, we got to understand the government got to get 12 acres somewhere to get them.
True.
I'm telling you,
Mm-hmm.
Anbas ain't boy she land from the government. What Anbas
I know that.
how me understand that they was acquired. That was acquired from local people. You understand? Like she had
Mm-hmm.
local agents and then they acquired the land. So and that was my second point of being like this. This
Okay.
is the kind this is the kind of issue where you're getting into when you hype up this thing and you publicize this thing. The government wasn't supposed to look no shine after saying we starting movie industry and all kind of thing. That's not your lane. I talking to a
True.
youngster the other day, and he was like, so what the government gonna be doing to produce jobs for people? I said, boy, that's not the government job. The government job is to create an environment wherein the people and neighbors feel like they could invest, feel like they could do business. The government ain't supposed to be concerning themselves and being like, "Bye, we need to hire X amount of the workforce." The government need to make sure that business is going on, so that people need workers, so that people hiring workers, so that the government getting taxes. So when they want to jump up and say, "Well, we doing film industry," no, you mash up yourself. We shouldn't do no casino industry neither. What we should do, for example, you create the law to make sure people know how they could do a casino. And you start to talk to the investors. You let them spend the money to create whatever they want to create. You do not get involved. Your only involvement is to create conditions and a vision. And that's where the bullshit start. That's how come, for example, you're gonna see funeral parlor come Nevis and you cutting ribbon and doing this. That ain't got nothing to do with the government. You could attend it. That ain't your shit. You check it out.
Exactly.
In in the
Bank and Nevis.
race in the race to constantly be in the spotlight and to be like, I'm responsible for X, Y, and Z. You are not. That is that are private workers. You understand? You got a public
Mm-hmm.
service and you got a private service. This is the private service. That's why, like, when you hear the government and you hear them say they call him on the private service, because that's not your shit. It's good. It's good when you have a thriving private service industry because that means that the government is putting things in place was stimulating people to say, buy, watch here. For example, you could do things and make it so that young man want to buy a boat. You know? Right now, they do things so that young man go and buy a truck and so. There is
Yep.
ways to do this shit. It's not my job to tell them how to do it. I just looking at
Mm-hmm.
wherever it is you trying to say you're executing. I will critique it. Understand? But their job is not to provide employment. Show me your vision. That's how come idols always be. What is your philosophy? Because if you show me you have some kind of philosophy, then I understand you have a foundation and you could tweak it. You could go here, there, anywhere. But if you ain't even know what your philosophy be, where we could even go, You check? And this is what that's how come I'm saying. When I watch this year for the government, when election is coming, during a pandemic, when no money are flow, I see the government building roads. I see the government doing science. The government got a hospital to build. The government has an economy to reboost. So this is why I'm saying. So your vision is roads and saying, all right, we gonna see how we work out. We gonna see how we work out. But that's where you're at. Okay. And that's where you got to assess and see. Like right now, the premier job got one job really enjoy, no money there. How we ever bring it back in a place which part money there as soon as possible. That's it. No, he got other responsibilities around that. But the main job is to make sure that money start to flow in Mavis as soon as possible. And it only gonna happen through whatever vision he putting in place. And like when they talking and they saying like what he doing in parliament last time, and he doing like international insurance and these kind of things. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you feel like that's what I'm get about this thing. You feel like putting the contractors and them in this like having them to register. That's where your priority be right now. Are you just looking at the priorities? Cause this is how now I could assess and see how serious you'll be, how fast this money really gonna get back going. So I them with it.
You sound good. Fair enough.
Yeah, yeah.
It's about
We're
that
gonna have
time.
to wrap it. Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. I gotta head back down the road.
Yeah,
In the
man.
work.
Man, let me read this comment from Bian first before we go. Um, you're right. Nobody investing in anything. I agree. Neve is way behind with real media journalism. I can do it like you said, but the thing in Neve is nobody is willing to fund it. All the journalism, all the journalism I do is for free. To do the real investigate journalism, I will have to do it as a full-time job. The private media in St. Kitts need government help so they can investigate the government. A private person or company will have to fund independent media journalists for it to work. That's true, Bian. That's true. Hey, I want to. Yeah, sa may wutup TV binagwan. Yeah, sa may wutup TV binagay money.
I, 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 I,
um,
I would say that is only true in the sense of any business where you start, you're gonna be getting that board in the starting
of
part.
course.
Me can say no. If you are talented, you ain't gonna be able to hide. You check it out. You're gonna need to boss. It's just like it kind of like an artist in that sense. That you're gonna need to boss. You're gonna come to with something where yeah, but as long as you hit that one there, boom, you're gonna clear.
Yeah, you
And
can clear.
everybody need that, regardless of what. Because I know ecstasy ain't just come out and then it was like boom, you had to like scrape the bottom, and then one the time is like you boss and then you realize what ecstasy sound, boy. But if you
Yep,
once
exactly.
again you can't run from the hard work part.
Exactly. Because the thing is, beyond, like, as I say, it belong to the tactics. You check it out because the way how music do certain things and so, we get information, right? I talk with a little humor, make sure people get a good laugh. And guess what? Somebody in the morning, somebody want to give me something so because they know me going to create something around that story. You know what I mean? So it could always sell. You check it out? You gotta create a story so it could sell. that what them news though, all of them are Fox News. That all of them not doing, they create a story so you could grasp your attention. Well, look, it just boil down to nothing. If you watch all these series and movies and all that stuff, the Oga series, you know what I mean? They just left you anticipated, like something happen. Like you want to watch the next episode to see what be happen. You check it out. So sometimes, you it based on your delivery too.
Yeah, man.
Just how the
Uh,
boss does run on the Mundo truck before you answer a question. The man don't run on a Mundo truck. Yeah, I mean let everybody know he run on the Mundo truck. Everybody by the time everybody don't watch it, he don't answer the question and nobody realize. Because everybody just focus on him running on the Mundo truck.
the man got the
And
warm up.
with that said, I want to say manners and respect to everybody who tune in, you know what I mean? And I am open to criticism and the critiques, you know what I mean? Let me know what's up, you know. You could inbox us, let us know what's up, man. So with here, we are out. It's all about the topics. Thanks for Real Entertainment Network and big up Reese and Ira, the Real Talk Corner Massive them and crew. Yeah man. Support for support. Stand tall. It is always a pleasure. Alan.
Yeah, bless up. Yeah. You had message, Ira?
Maybe post a message on now.
Yeah.
Me no know. Me no know. Me post a message on because me I use the same phone, different phone me I use right now. Go try to get me computer sort out, you know. We try to say we
I
still
guess
alive.
I want to believe
Good thing
so.
I'm not gonna
But
body. A good thing I'm not gonna body chat, but yeah, man. It was a
yo,
pleasure having the guys here, man.
yeah, I just messaged him by again on the road, you know. So bless up.
Yeah, man. Do what I got to do, you know. I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
got to go make some money and beat you too. You see what me got on? Me got on me caterpillar shut, you know. And we out.